Welcome back, football fans. Coming at you with another Broncos video. Again, diehard Broncos fan here. If you like the Broncos, you like my videos, please hit like and subscribe. But what I want to talk about is what the organization has said they're going to do going forward. We had our postseason press conference with the Penner Group, with Sean Payton, with George Payton. And we found out some very interesting things. You know, Bo Nix is already back in the building, picking Sean Payton's brain, talking and having meetings with him. But what was really inspiring as a fan going forward is that this organization is like, look, yeah, we made it to the playoffs, but that's not our ultimate goal. We want a home playoff game. What does that mean to get a home playoff game? You got to win your division. You got to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Herbert and the Chargers. And then you got to see what the Raiders are going to do. Who are they going to bring in as their head coach? Are they going to draft a quarterback? So this division is going to get very, very tight. Okay? But what they were saying, what they're talking about is very inspiring. I mean, we're building that new sports complex for practice, for training. And they said it's like 17-20% done. And then they're talking about building a new stadium, making this organization very relevant again, wanting to build a state-of-the-art stadium. And yeah, that's a few years down the road, but it's good to have an ownership group already thinking about that, already planning, wanting to build around our quarterback in Bo Nix. And how we can do that, we can do it through free agency and the draft. Now, we only have about 6-7 draft picks, but the majority of them are in the 6th round, which you can move those around, move up to, the 4th to 5th round. But again, if we lose Vance Joseph to a head coaching job, we will get 2 third-round picks, one this year, one next year. If we lose one of our backup quarterbacks who signs a contract somewhere else, we will also get a compensatory pick for that. So there are moves we can make. But what they were talking about was going out in free agency, building this team around Bo Nix, because we were the second youngest team in the NFL. That's why everybody's like, oh, they're going to win 4 or 5 games. Well, we proved them wrong. But if you look at it, we need a wide receiver, a running back, a tight end, a safety, defensive end, linebackers. And there are some good aspects or prospects, you could say, in free agency. T. Higgins from Cincinnati. That has been a big talk all year, that there could be a possibility of him going to Denver. Cooper Kupp. The Rams were on the verge of trading him away earlier this year. So, are they going to do it again? Is he going to become a free agent? I don't know. Najee Harris with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Still haven't heard anything about contract talks with him. If he becomes a free agent, imagine Najee Harris with the Denver Broncos right behind Bo Nix. That opens up so much more possibilities. We need a tight end. There's some really good tight ends in the draft this year. There's also really good tight ends in free agency. Zach Ertz, Noah Fant. And yeah, I know, we traded Noah Fant away, but that was under the old ownership. We could bring him back in. See how that goes. And if you have these key players around Bo Nix, our tight ends were horrible this year. We had a running back by committee that our yards per play were really, really bad. So if you bring in somebody like a Najee Harris, or you go out and draft somebody like Scatterbo from Arizona State, he would really fit in Sean Payton's offense. Now, do I think they're going to get Scatterbo? No, I don't. Again, that's a wish list, but we'll see. So you got to look at it. And having the richest owners in the NFL is a big deal. It helps us when it comes to manipulating the cap. We can load the contracts for free agents with heavy in the front, with cash incentives, and then worry about it, years down the road after we get rid of the rest of this money with the Russell Wilson deal. And with the Penner Group, they talked about the deal with Russell Wilson, and they're learning. They won't come out and say it, but you can kind of read between the lines, like, yeah, we kind of messed up there. We shouldn't have given him all that money without actually seeing if he was worth what we were about to pay. And they're learning. So we have a lot to look forward to coming into next year. Bo Nix will be in his second year. Vele, second year. Mims, second year. So it'll be better. They'll have more time in Sean Payton's offense. You got to think about it. And a lot of people are like, well, they were drafted by the Broncos. I understand that. But the draft isn't until the end of April. Then you got to do, your OTAs and stuff like that. Now it's January, and our players are already back in talking to coaches, talking to staff, doing, film study and stuff like that. Look at Bo Nix. He's already in there like, okay, Sean, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get better? Teach me up. That is what you want in a franchise quarterback, and we can build a franchise around Bo Nix. We don't got to make this the Bo Nix show. He will win us games, but we want to have the pieces around him that can support him so the whole load isn't on his shoulders. So it isn't, well, Bo, you got to throw 45 times this week. Bo, you got to dig us out of a hole because our running game isn't doing anything. Bo, you got to scramble and run for your life because your wide receivers keep dropping the ball. I mean, we got Courtland Sutton, and so if you were to put T. Higgins on the other side, that opens up so much because you can't double both of them. You put Courtland Sutton, Higgins, Mims, or Vele out there. You get Zach Ertz as a tight end. And I know Zach Ertz is up there in age, but still, he could still come in and work the middle of the field. Or you bring in a Noah Fant, or you draft a kid at a Penn State, which I don't know if he's going to fall that far to us. But, that's nor here nor there. We got, 3 months until we know what is going to happen in the draft, because there's going to be moves. The team's going to draft, move here, move there. There'll probably be some picks move around. We'll have to wait and see. But also, there are more aspects to this because, again, to what I'm hearing, this is a tight end running back heavy draft class, which is good, which we need. And then talking on the defensive side, there are some really good aspects that might be coming up in free agency. I heard that Bosa for the Chargers might be a salary cap sacrifice. They might have to get rid of him because of his cap space. Imagine him coming into Denver. I even heard Max Crosby for the Raiders. He might become a free agent. You got Max Crosby and Zach Allen on the line? Seriously? That would be awesome because you can't double them both. You can't double Allen and you can't double Crosby because that only leaves you one lineman left to block the other two guys. It's not going to happen. So we got the ownership group that is like, fine, we are going to go out and we are going to build this team up. We are going to build an organization here to where we are in the talks of, oh, wow, they just, they backed their way in the playoffs. No, they want to win the division. They want a home playoff game. They want to go to the conference championship, and they want to go to the Super Bowl and win it. They want to bring another Lombardi home back to Denver. I mean, imagine if we were to do this and go to the Super Bowl next year. That is 10 years since we won our last Super Bowl. I know we won at Super Bowl 33 and didn't have another Super Bowl until Super Bowl 50. That's 17 years. We don't want to wait that long. We've got Bo Nix. We've got key players. Now let's build around them. Let's build this team up. You got Sean Payton. You got his scheme. Let's get him what he needs to make his scheme work. Get him a bell cow running back. Get him a tight end that can run across the middle like he had with Jimmy Graham. Get another wide receiver. Maybe T. Higgins. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody else out there they like, or there's somebody in the draft. I honestly don't know. But that's the key thing I've been hearing is, T. Higgins is going to be available. Again, Najee Harris from the Steelers. He is a free agent. I have not heard anything about them redoing a contract with him. If he hits the free agent mark, bring him in. It might work out. You're not going to have him run every down, so you don't got to worry about, the wear and tear on an older running back. So we'll have to wait and see. But what is really good about what we heard yesterday coming out of the in-season meetings and in-season press conferences is they're not sitting back and going, okay, we're just gonna go right here and see what we can do with it. No, they're like, we're going forward. We're building this team. We want a division. We want a home playoff game. We want to be in the Super Bowl. So let me know what y'all think. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I just dropped one about primetime going to the Cowboys. I hope y'all have a great day. Catch you on the next one.